Welcome back to another episode of the Piyush Pawar Show, the show where we dive into the journeys of leaders shaping the future of technology, innovation, and careers. Today, we have a truly inspiring guest joining us, Abhinav Anand. From studying mechanical engineering in India to building a strong career in data analyst and pursuing his master's business analytics at the University of Texas and Dallas. Abhinav's journey is the perfect example of how passion, resilience, and data-driven mindset can open new worlds of opportunity. But that's not all. He is also the founder of Rolync, a platform reshaping how students and fresh graduates break into data science and analytics and AI roles. In today's episode, we will be explore his transition from analyst to entrepreneur and the key lessons from real-world data science projects, the future of tech careers, and his vision for empowering the next generation. If you are a student or a young professional or anyone excited about the future of data and innovation, trust me, you will stay till the very end. Let's jump straight into the powerful conversation with Abhinav Anand. Abhinav, welcome to the show. How's life treating you these days? Between grad school, building, rolling, and everything else you have going on.
Well, thank you so much, first of all, Piyush, for inviting me as a guest, and it means a lot. Life has been, so far so good, and we are trying to cope up with the weather here in Texas. It gets chilly, it gets hot, it gets, it's all kind of things are happening. And I'm about to graduate, so just preparing about that, and maybe looking to start this full time.
All right, cool. So let's start from the very beginning, Abhinav. So you started your journey back in India with a background in mechanical
Mm-hmm.
engineering, and now you are in
Mm-hmm.
the US pursuing your master's at UT
Mm-hmm.
Dallas. Can you take us through the
Mm-hmm.
transaction? What motivated you
Mm-hmm.
to make the move, and what were those early days in the US like for you?
Okay, that's a very good question and a very long answer for that. So first of all, when I went into my BTech in mechanical engineering, in the first year I realized that okay, this is not something that I want to do. But unfortunately, your parents don't allow you to, just skip the college and do something that you want. So I ended up doing it, and then I realized, okay, I am not made for mechanical engineering, so I don't want to pursue a career in this. So I started as a data analyst by a referral. Before that, I was working in sales, and through that only I actually internally transitioned to the data analyst role. I learned a few stuff about how you have to analyze the data, what kind of things you have to do. The important part was that okay, you don't have to just know the tools and technologies. You have to understand what the core problem is and how you solve that with the tools and technologies that are given to you. So it was not an easy ride, I would say. At that time, you don't have all the things that actually matter these days, which is ChatGPT, YouTube, and all things that students use these days. So I tried keeping up with the pace of other students who were all or other people or professional, I would say, were already working in the field, had the domain expertise, were coming from computer science, and competing with them. And it was not a easy ride, I would say. So 4 to 5 years I spent there, and then I realized, okay, I've hit a stagnation point. I'm not moving anywhere. Both were startups. First was Byju's, then it was Great Learning. So after that, I realized, okay, I need to move somewhere. There is a saying that if you don't come out of something at the right time, you're going to have unexpected emotions at the end. So I just wanted to do something with my life. It was not there in India. It was not there in the startup I was working on. It was a stagnation point. Then I realized, okay, what are my options? I always wanted to go to US, but how? That was the first question. So I started studying more about data science and analytics, and I started to learn that okay, I am already not aware about a lot of things which I have to move into. AI was actually moving at that point. ChatGPT had came, and it was exploding the web with all the capabilities it had. So I wanted to learn all those things. That's when I figured, okay, this is the right time. I should go ahead because I mean you are not getting any younger.
Yeah.
So that's when I decided, okay, this is the right time to pursue my master's, because I'll not just be pursuing my master's, but I'll be exploring other fields as well in a global scale. So people from different countries will be coming here, and US is known as the land of opportunities. So that's where it began, and I'm here right now. So yeah.
All right. Awesome, man. So, Abhinav, making the transition from mechanical engineering to
Hmm.
data analytics
Hmm.
is a quite a leap.
Hmm.
What was a driving factor behind this decision, and
Hmm.
how did you prepare yourself technically for this shift?
Hmm. Hmm. Honest answer, I did not like mechanical engineering. I did not understand what they were teaching there in the school. So the shift, the reason was that I wanted to do entrepreneurship from the beginning. I mean, I wanted to work in my own company, be my own boss. It's not something that should be there. Now that I've realized that, okay, you don't have to have that as a motivation, but you need to solve a problem. But at that point, it was the driving force for me. So then I thought, what are the other fields? And this actually intrigued me because people were solving business problems with it. And I wanted to get into business. So that's when I thought, okay, I should be transitioning. And I got the opportunity. I moved internally to that field. And yeah, that helped
All right.
me to
So,
gain the industry experience. And yeah, yeah, go ahead,
all
go ahead.
right. So, with over 5 years of experience in data science,
Hmm.
how have you seen your approach to problem solving
Hmm.
evolve? Can you share a project that
Hmm.
significantly shaped your understanding of data science
Sorry.
in real world scenarios?
Well, that's a very tough question. I'll need to remember a lot. Well, let's take an example of churn prediction, which everyone is trying to do these days. It's a famous problem for telecom industry where you have to figure out, okay, who are my customers who are going to switch to some other SIM card that we buy in India, right? Because if the plan is not affordable anymore, we are going to switch from Jio to Airtel or something else. So it's a common problem with every industry. I mean, people want to switch. What is the cost? There are all things associated with it, how you actually switch and all those things, which is completely different. It's B2C. So, I mean, the this problem where we were actually, which we were facing, was with the people who were using the application or the website for free. So we had free level of courses where you can just learn SQL, you can learn Python, for beginners and all. You will get the certification from Great Learning. But the problem came when people were jumping out of the application. I mean, they were not using it. The drop rate was significantly increasing for us. So we needed to understand what's happening in real time. The problem couldn't be solved just with data analytics. You needed to understand what's happening in the core level, right? So we took the feedback from people. We analyzed the sentiments of the audience that are doing it by, reviewing the reviews, what they have written. The a problem here again came where there were reviews which had only one word or two word answer. So we need to understand what's happening at the core level. So we started speaking with them, collected testimonials, and understood what's happening. And to solve the problem, we need to understand who are my customers who will, churn in the future. So predicting that was an important part, and you cannot solve this problem if you don't know what's happening in your core business. So the problem is not answerable just with data. You need to understand what's happening. So that's my I would say, foundational knowledge that only tools and technologies cannot help you. You need to actually go to your customers to understand what's happening.
Okay. All right. So,
Yeah.
for those looking to move into data science, especially
Hmm.
from non-technical background, what skills
Hmm.
would you recommend focusing on to ensure successful transaction in this field?
Hmm. See, the first question is why do you want to transition? First question is that, because if you're just transitioning because other people are doing it and it's the the sexiest job in the country right now, that's not how you do it. So first thing is you need to understand why do you want to switch. Then you need to understand which domain you want to switch. So tools and technologies anyone can learn. I can learn SQL in 1 month. I can learn Python in 1 month. I have Chat GPT now to understand, help me understand and write the
Right.
code. So I don't need to have all those knowledge these days. What I need to have is the domain expertise. If you're moving into marketing, So you should be understanding how marketing works. What is the data that I'm going to get? So try solving problems that are real world, or at least try to solve the problem that you are facing. Because in that sense, you are going to collect data, you are going to gather that data from somewhere, and you are going to solve it in real time without, the Kaggle data set, which is cleaned and everything is given to you in your hands in that sense. So try to solve something that is actually valuable for you. Make it a data science project, understand why you are solving it, and that's where you understand, okay, whether am I eligible for this, whether this thing should will be working for me or not. So that's an important part, understanding the industry. And then when you try solving it, that's when you understand, okay, which tools will be needed to solve this problem. And based on that, you will form a tech stack, which can be SQL or MERN stack, which is famous, right? But you won't be using React or Node.js here. You will be using MongoDB as a database, and there will be Python or something for modeling purposes if you need to predict. So understand what you have to do, where do you want to go into, and based on that, try to get the technical knowledge, I would say.
All right. So let's move forward with the Rolync, the startup story.
Hmm.
And Rolync
Hmm.
is a game changer in the job search process.
Hmm.
What specific
Hmm.
gaps or inefficiencies in the current recruitment system inspired you to launch the platform?
Okay, it's not a startup yet, so I would phrase it like that. We created this because we were facing the issue of not getting any calls, or not getting any information. US doesn't work like India. In India, everyone is getting placement offers from their institute or
Right.
college. I mean, people don't get that, but that is different. The problem is that here you have to learn about the industry. You have to know and know people who can refer you for the job. Otherwise, you just randomly or apply, basically cold application on LinkedIn or through some other platform, and you have to do thousands or 2,000s of applications to get two interviews. After that as well, if you convert that interview, the thing that you are actually assigned is completely different from what it is written in the job description, because job description nowadays in analytics are actually vague. They are created by ChatGPT, as I was mentioning. So you need to understand what is the core thing that you will be involved in, what are the tech stack that will be involved in, and based on that you need to prepare yourself and apply strategically. But people do the opposite, and I was trying to solve it, but I was not getting any information, for free like this. I had to go to events, I had to connect with people, I had to uh, I mean, try to find mentors and all those things, and it's not that easy. You are in a land where you have to spend a lot to do all those things. So that's when we thought that this is a big gap. We can actually create a database of people who we will be matching with based on an algorithm that we formed, and after you have the information, you will be having a better understanding of where to apply, who to ask for referrals, and all those things. So that is one gap that we identified, and I mean, it was a game changer at that point for us. Now we are trying to evolve into something else. So let's see how that happens.
All right. Cool. So, how does Rolling personalize the job search experience for students, and what makes it distinct from traditional job search platforms,
Hmm.
especially in the realm of data
Hmm.
science, analytics, and AI?
Hmm. So the important thing about this field is that people are looking for jobs on the basis of job titles, which is not very, which is a very vague thing to do in this industry, because companies can change titles. They can have data analyst as title. There will be some other company which will have data scientist as title, but both the job description and both the work, both the people will be doing the same work. So in the current system of LinkedIn or any other platform, you are just looking for jobs on the basis of titles. So if you search for data scientist, you'll be getting a lot of job descriptions and all. What we wanted to change is that don't target the titles, target what's actually in it. And as I said, job descriptions are completely vague. They'll be hiring for data analyst roles, but they will be putting in React, JavaScript, and other things as well in the job description, which is not needed. Truly not needed. So you needed to understand, okay, where are my opportunities? And for that, we thought, okay, this is how we can, bridge the gap. We can create a platform, as I said, to give that information prior to applying for any role. So you don't need to randomly search for a data scientist or someone. You will be matched with people who are doing the work that you are interested in. It's not something that you will be, getting settled for, because that's the common thing happening in the US. You apply for those many positions, you get something at random. You have to do that job, and you are actually you are doing that job because you don't have any other option. So why not target something
Right.
which is meaningful to you? Why not do something that you want to do?
All right. So, as the rolling grows, what strategy steps are you taking
Mhm.
to ensure that the platform continues to evolve and remain relevant to the rapidly changing job market?
Okay. Um, the biggest problem in a startup, I would say, is understanding that your product is not working, and understanding that in a very early stage is very good. So we have kind of figured it out that what's wrong with our approach, and we are pivoting into a different thing right now. I would say the approach that we followed was we just gave the information on the internet, I mean, on a platform. But what happens after that was not there. Do you connect with the person? Do you go to LinkedIn with this profile? Do you ask for referrals? Will you get a job and all those things? These were the questions that need to answer, and we are working on that. I cannot reveal it right now,
All right.
but we are working on that, because the problem was, if I navigate you to LinkedIn again, and that same person was not answering you 2 months back, he's not going to answer you today as well. So we needed to change that, and that's what we are figuring out, that how we can actually make people answer your queries and questions after they have been matched with you, and these people are already aware about what you are doing. So that's on the basis of that we are trying to evolve our platform from just students to professionals as well.
All right. So, the hiring process is often criticized for being overly generic
Hmm.
and disconnected from real skills.
Hmm.
What flaws do
Hmm.
you observe in current recruitment process, especially when fresh graduates,
Hmm.
and how does rolling works to resolve this issue?
So we are trying to create a mentorship platform, and something that can help these fresh graduates get those skills, because no one wants to hire a fresh graduate. I would say that. I mean, I can bluntly say that I don't want to hire that person as well, because the problem is everyone is doing the academic projects they were doing 20 years back.
Right,
You are still solving the problem where you are actually predicting the house prices, which is taught in a regression class in statistics in the first day. I mean, that's not a project I want. That is very academic. I don't see any I mean, any real time problem or anything that is mattered in these days. So that's the first approach we are trying to change, and we have incorporated mentors for that, who can guide you on what kinds of projects you can do. And that is what I also say to people who are, posting projects or on LinkedIn or mentioning that on resume. So we advise that, okay, don't be generic. Try to have a problem that you genuinely wanted to solve, because that's when you are going to have the resilience and the determination to do it anyway. So if you do that, your chances of getting hired are the best, because you are not doing just generic projects. You're doing something which is important for you. It can be important in the real world sense as well. I see videos of people from other parts of the world who are making something on hand gestures. So you do this, and your screen in whatever you have in your screen will get zoomed in or zoomed out. This is not a feature of a laptop. This is all program and algorithm. Now it has real application, which was mentioned to me by my co-founder in a car, let's say. So BMW has hand gestures like this.
right,
It means that when you do this, it will change the song. It will change to some other channel or something, because you are driving and you cannot do those manual switches and all. So that's a real problem.
right.
But all you're doing is solving those problems which are not relevant to me anymore. It's a very basic concept. I can do it anyway. I don't need you for that. And any student who is pursuing masters in the US, he is expected to do a lot of things, because he has been paid approximately 80,000, 150,000 in another location. So that's a lot.
Right.
So you need to understand what is the core skill, and you need to solve real world projects. It's not going to happen if you are doing it just on the basic level.
All right. So you have mentioned that Rolync provides a mentorship and company insights for a more
Hmm.
tailored job
Hmm.
search. How does this mentorship model work
Hmm.
in practice, and what outcomes have you seen so far?
So, generally, we try to connect people from a different backgrounds. So, let's suppose if you have been matched with someone in our platform, and this is all based on your interests, right? So, we want to connect you with these professionals if you raise a request, and they will be helping you in analyzing your resume, what you have done so far, and what are the things that you should be doing in the next 6 months. Let's suppose if you want to get into Amazon, if you are connected with someone who's working in Amazon in a role which involves marketing, which involves data science, uh, I mean, predicting who is going to buy the product, let's say from Amazon or not. So we try to connect these people and get them accustomed with what's going to happen in real life and how they should be preparing for the next 6 months to get this job that they are looking for. And a resume as a review is something that I do on my own because no one is having a very proper resume these days in US. No one follows a star model. So that's something that I do on my own to help them understand where they should be mentioning keywords, how much they should be putting in, and they should structure or rewrite their points, which have something meaningful to any hiring manager. It's not something that's not even making any sense, and I just ask you, how did you do it?
All right.
So these are the kinds of services. We are not properly offering these services right now because, as I said, the initial idea was to just provide information. We'll be doing it in a full pace afterwards.
All right. So, what trends do you think will dominate the tech hiring process in 2025 and beyond? And how can student best position themselves to stand out in this competitive landscape?
Well, I think I've already answered the second part, which is do projects which are not generic. And AI is actually the buzzword these days, which is causing a lot of trouble to people. So understand that you are not needed for just coding. If you just say that I know SQL, I know Python, okay, so what after that? You know SQL and Python, but this is my problem. So first tell me how should I solve this problem? Help me understand what data will I need. I know that you know Python, I know that you know SQL, and if I give you the database and everything, you will do it. But I need innovators. I don't just need people who are, equipped with tools and technologies knowledge. If you are that person, definitely I'm not going to hire you. No one is going to hire you just because you know the tools. If you know how to approach a problem, if you have an innovative approach, I would say, if you have hacked in your, I would say, school or something, that's something which is a lot riskier. That is something which is telling me that you have a mindset which is completely different from people. Startups hire like that. We want to hire people who are doing things that we want. I mean, we are doing as entrepreneurs, we are solving real world problems, and that matters to us. So, if you're putting a generic summary on your resume, which says, I am a data analyst with 5+ years of experience, skilled in these tools, okay, you are summarizing your resume. But why are you applying to my company? I don't know that. What is your vision? How does that align with my company's vision? Why it is important for you? All these things are not mentioned anywhere. All these things are not cared by anyone. But if you do that, I would say definitely a startup is going to approach you or a small medium sized business is going to approach you. Definitely it's not a possibility that other companies will be. And with AI, I mean, the problem with recruiting is that they have a ATS, applicant tracking system here, that matches keywords with the job description. I think that's not working right now, so it should be changing to a state where people are hired on the basis of what they are doing, or not just on the basis of skill set or keywords that they mentioned on their resume, because people are faking in their resumes anyway. So you need to understand that, okay, it's not working. If you create a system that's going to track keywords, I can create a resume that has those keywords and still pass the ATS, and this can create a pool of 500 applicants even after filtering 500. So that's not helping any company. So we need to go back to the ways where people actually used to go to the offices, walk-in interviews were happening
Yeah.
before. So I get to choose who to hire based on your resume and everything, based on understanding, because these people will not be going to every company. They understood where they want to go, and they are scheduling or walking in for those interviews itself, not for any company that is, in the market or in the street and you're just knocking the door randomly and, asking, do you have a job? No, no, it doesn't work like that, and it's not going to work like that anymore.
All right. So, switching from a data analyst role to becoming a founder involves a significant shift in the
Hmm.
mindset. Can you describe the biggest challenge
Yeah.
you faced in making this transaction, both professionally and personally?
Well, how should I answer this? A very, I would say the first thing that you need to understand here is that founders are the, poorest of all. I mean, it's a common saying that, okay, you are a founder, you have a lot of money. That's not true. So you need to understand first thing is that you are not here just for money. You are here as a founder because you found something that was challenging to you yourself. And that's where you figured out a problem. That's the biggest mindset change that you need to understand that, okay, there is a problem that you're facing, but you're not complaining about it. You're trying to solve it. That's the first shift in mindset that you should have. If you are struggling with, let's say, Spotify is giving you a lot of ads, build some algorithm that is going to not have any ads anymore. There are things existing like that, right? There is a browser called
Right.
Brave where no one is going to get any ads. So every problem has a solution, but don't crib about it. So the change in employee mindset to a founder mindset is you figured out a problem that you were having and you tried solving it. Maybe you will fail, maybe you will succeed. You don't know. No one has seen the future. No one understands it. Every VC, every investor is betting on you. They don't know that whether you are going to succeed or not, and you don't know it as well. But try to understand whether it is mattering to you or not. Don't just get into marketing domain because it is, giving you a lot of money. So try to solve a problem. That is the biggest mindset shift I would say is helping me or driving me forward personally, and I believe that is what my co-founder is also believing in.
All right.
That's the biggest thing I would say.
All right. So, balancing your grad school and Toastmaster leadership
Hmm.
roles and managing a startup is no easy
Hmm.
task. So, how do you maintain high productive
Hmm.
across the responsibility and what time management strategies have proven most effective for you guys?
Hmm. See, I had 5 years of experience before, so a lot of things that are covered in my classes for the last semester and the current semester, I already know a lot of those things. So it was not very challenging for me, and so balancing that was pretty easy, I would say. And I was involved with Toastmasters as a vice president, but after that, I mean, I was not able to do it. So it's not that easy that you can, do all three things at once. So you need to understand and prioritize what matters to you. For me, that point, I mean, rolling mattered the most. So I started prioritizing on things which had to be capitalized tomorrow. Let's say if you are a founder yourself, you are also, I mean, pursuing your master's today and you are not having good grades. So you need to schedule your day in a way that is actually going to, be very productive, right? So it has to be in a very, I would say, I'm not sure if I'm answering this correctly, but people in India don't have calendars.
Right.
People in India don't put anything on reminders. You need to have that. If you are involved in multiple things, I tend to forget things a lot. So have something which can remind you of the things that you have to do. Prioritize things, and based on that, I guess there is no problem that cannot be solved efficiently.
Right.
I mean, that's very easy to say, but yeah, it can be done. And I would say that if you are passionate enough, you will be able to do it. But don't give a reason that, okay, I don't have the time, I don't have the energy. If that's the case, okay, I'll have someone else.
Right. So, as a founder, the decision you make impact the entire business. Can you share an example
Hmm.
of a crucial decision you had make for a rolling and how your analytical background influenced that decision?
The first decision was starting rolling itself. I mean, we were students at that time and we did not have the idea, okay, whether we are going to start this full time. So, as I said, it's just an idea. The analytical mindset was understanding whether I should be pursuing my internship right now or I should be looking for, I mean, working on this as real time. So working on internship was not easy to get it, anyway. So at that point, I was like, I weighed the pros and cons. I understood that I was already in February month. I am not that good with applications process. I'm only good with going and talking to people, but that was not helping at that point. And I got this idea that okay, I need to work on this. We discussed among, as co-founders, and that's when I thought, okay, why should we do it now? That's the important part. We still had one more year left to graduate, and that was a crucial decision where I thought that okay, I should not pursue internship right now. I should be involved in something which is realistic. If this makes an impact, I will be having all the practical understanding and everything that will be needed to get a job tomorrow.
Right.
So I actually at that time I left the job search process, and it would have made me I would guess 9,000 10,000 bucks at least in 3 to 4 months. I would have paid my tuition fee for the next semester, but that was the risk and the decision that I was willing to take, and that's the most important thing I've done till now.
All right, cool. So, data science projects often require a translating technical results into actionable business strategies.
Hmm.
So, can you give an
Hmm.
example of
Hmm.
how your work with predictive models lead to a tangible business outcomes, such as improved customer
Hmm.
retention and operational efficiency?
I guess I've answered that, Piyush. Isn't that churn prediction and sentiment analysis? I mean, that requires you to go to business and understanding what your customer is doing and all those things. That covers it.
All right.
Do you want me to go into some other specific?
Can you just get in deep in that how things will?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So the problem here started from the website. I mean, you needed to understand that where is which page was leading to the dropouts. There are multiple pages in a website, right? So you log in, you go to your portal or a dashboard where you can see your scores, where you can see how many projects you have completed and all those things. So we needed to understand exactly where this dropout is happening. Bounce rate, or you can say
Okay.
bounce rate in technical domain knowledge. So from there, we figured it out. Okay, the problem was when people actually started watching the videos, and that's when we understood that okay, the videos are creating a problem for beginners. The biggest problem was to understand which users are actually dropping out, because a person who is having some understanding of SQL will not be bored or will not be facing a lot of issues with that. But people who were beginners at that point were having a lot of issues, and based on that, we created a model that predicted with a 95% accuracy, right? But if you are new to SQL, if you are new to this domain knowledge, this data and everything we had on our own. Whenever you log in and sign up in the platform, you give all those details, right? So based on that, we predicted the accuracy. The I would say the churn prediction. And based on that, we had put the mentors or the program managers specifically who will be talking to you in that phase, who will be helping you understand why you should be doing it and how you can be doing it, and understanding the journey overall. That why did you actually come to this platform and how you are actually going to transition and all those things. So to keep them motivated was the important part, because as a beginner, it was not really easy to
Right.
understand SQL and other things if you are a professional yourself. So those things were put into place to help everyone in a way that can actually help them balance out what they were doing. And that's how we increased, or I would say reduce the churn rate from the website.
All right. Got it. So, stakeholder buy is an often challenge for a data-driven projects. So, how
Hmm.
do you ensure that your
Hmm.
data-driven insights are communicated efficiently to non-technical stakeholder? And what strategies do
Hmm.
you use to secure their support?
Okay, yeah, that's a very important question. I guess a lot of people don't know that. So first thing is you need to understand your stakeholder and what problem they are given. So I can make everyone is making dashboard these days, right? They post it on LinkedIn, and they say that they have made this dashboard using Tableau. But the important point is why did you create it? Who is your target audience?
Right.
Is it a stakeholder who is a CFO, who is a chief business officer, who is the CEO of the company, or is it a individual contributor of the company or a hiring or a manager? So first thing is you need to understand who are you giving it to, because stakeholders don't have the time and energy to sit with you for 15 to 20 minutes in understanding what you have written in your
right,
dashboard and which points you have, which filters. I don't care. I just want to see where is the problem, what is your proposed solution, how is it going to affect me tomorrow if I change this policy because you're proposing it, and how much is it going to give me. A forecast should be there. So understanding this is a very important, I would say, pivot you should have if you are collaborating with the stakeholder. Then you should ask a lot of questions because no one is asking questions. They are assigned a task
right.
and they'll be doing it, I would say, laboriously, but they won't be understanding what exactly is that person going to need tomorrow. So collaborate in a way where you are asking questions which are needed to solve, and you're not solving generically. So you are not, let's say, making a dashboard which involves a lot of bar graphs, lot of charts, has every detail that is there. It is looking beautiful, but I don't care. I'm the stakeholder. I need to understand what's happening in the overall business sense, right? So it means I should be able to see what my region is doing specifically. If I'm involved with the region, how is my region doing compared to other regions? Where is my region lacking? I don't need to see what my employee in that region's, I mean, I would say, let's say North region, North Delhi, Delhi city, his house, what he's doing. I don't want to understand that. The complete region is important for me. So all those things come into picture when you are doing something like that.
All right.
I hope that helps.
Okay. So mentorship plays a key role in your journey. So what
Hmm.
role has mentorship played in shaping your career? And how do you see influencing
Hmm.
the next generation of data scientists and entrepreneurs?
Okay, so yeah, that's a very important point that actually happened in my life as well. I got connected with one of our alumni. So he was also, I would say, doing things differently here in the US. He came to the university, did the internship, and got a job as well, but left it to become the CTO of a company that he's currently involved with as well. So that was the biggest risk he has taken, and he also. So when we spoke, the things that we discussed were not really about job search process. How did you start the company? We just spoke about what's happening in the world right now and how you should be actually, doing things differently. That's that. So when we were talking, we were discussing about how did he start his company, what were the challenges that he had, and that actually inspired me because if someone can do it, I'm also at that same level. I can also do it. I'm paying the same tuition. I'm paying. I'm studying the same courses. I'm in the same region and everything. So definitely I can do it. So mentorship, it played a part where we need to start a company. We need to start something, and we need to understand, is this good enough? And you need to have that connect with that mentor to understand. I mean, to every time have that motivation, I would say, to every time have that confidence in you that okay, you will be able to do it. So try connecting with people who are looking at you in a level where they are not denigrating you. So this guy Samir Ranjan, he is a friend of mine now, not just a mentor. He guided me in that level in depth.
Right,
He, anytime I would call him, he's the CTO of the company. He would still answer. It's like that. So connect with people who will see the best in you. Don't go with an idea to people who are just going to say, "Hey, this is not going to work. Everyone is building this. Okay, you don't have the guts to do it. The market is not like that. Get some experience." Everyone will say like this. You need to have someone who can trust in your vision, who can trust in I mean, whatever you're trying to build, and have a group of those people.
yeah,
If you have those that group, that's definitely beneficial. So try figuring out and try looking for people who are actually caring for you as well,
right.
as a brother, as a mentor, or whatever you say.
All right. So through your intensive and you worked to
Hmm.
uplift aspiring and entrepreneurs and students. What key lessons have you learned
Hmm.
from working with these communities, and how do you see mentorship impacting their future?
Um, I would say first time, if you are a first time founder, you should definitely first of all look to if you're not from a good university, if you're from college, let's say. So if you're not from a good university, if you don't have that much experience from good companies like Microsoft and all, so the biggest challenge for that first time founder is that no one knows him and no one will take him seriously. So at that point, you need to understand that you will have to make yourself in a way where people know you, people value you. So attending those founders event where you can introduce yourself to other founders. I mean, networking events are very important for entrepreneurs, and attending those events, going to uh, the startup accelerator programs and all those things can help you groom your startup, and you can actually be visible to other people who were not seeing you at that time. That's a very important thing right now to do, because if you don't have any understanding of the startup world, even if you do, I would say, but if you are the first time founder, no one is going to take you seriously. So get those introductions, go to networking events, meet other founders, meet those people who are doing the same thing, who are in the same boat like you, who are the first time founders as well. Try to connect with them. Try to connect with people who have taken exits, who have built companies, who are actually a $1 billion worth, $1 million worth, whatever, and who are doing this thing from a long time. Making that connection, getting those warm introductions from them to investors or other people can actually make or break the startup that you're building right now.
All right.
That's the biggest advice I can give to entrepreneurs.
Yeah. So, for students in India who aspire to pursue career abroad,
Hmm.
and what advice would you give
Hmm.
them in terms of preparation, both academically and professionally, to
Hmm.
make this transaction successfully?
Okay. First thing is I have seen this as a biggest gap in India, and this has been happening from a long time. I guess it's important. It's a society, and this is how it actually has worked for so far. But any student who is pursuing, let's suppose, anything in his life, BTech or BCom or whatever he wants to do, there is a big influence that is paid by relatives, that is paid by his family, and because he has seen that this is very trending. He has no idea why he's getting into BTech. He has no idea why he's doing mechanical engineering. So the biggest thing I would advise is first understand why you're getting into this. Are you passionate enough? It's 4 year journey, right? You are not just getting into a plane and traveling for 24 hours. It's a 4 year journey. You have to be involved for those many years, and you have to understand that is it going to give me something? Am I going to get out of the college and have something in my hand that I can leverage to get a job or not?
Right.
Because every time it is like people are saying, okay, the market is not good, doing good, we are not getting any jobs or interviews, market is so bad. I understand all those things, but what are you doing? How passionate were you? Are you actually that passionate to solve that business problem that I can give you or not? Or are you just cribbing?
Right.
So when they are coming to US, they are coming with the same mindset. So if you are in India, the market is different. If you are in US, the market is different. You need to understand why you are coming to US. If you're coming to US, the first thing you should be thinking about is that you will need to change. You cannot do things which you are doing in India in the US as well, because there were placement opportunities there. There were other things that could help you get a job. You had your network of relatives, your friends, your seniors who can help you. Here, you don't have anyone. If you have, that's well and good, but you still have to make those connections who can actually get you an offer tomorrow.
Right.
So, first thing is changing that mindset. Understand that you will need to do a lot, and then focus on something that you are looking to do. Everyone wants to do business analytics and AI, but why?
Right.
Why do you want to be a business analyst? Why do you want to get into AI? There should be a reason, right? You cannot just go and target any university which is giving you, I would say, offer today, and just come here and add to the pool of applicants and just crib about it at the end of the day. Understand what you want to
Right.
do, why do you want to do it, and then move forward.
All right. Looking ahead, how do you
Hmm.
envision the future of data science and AI careers evolving over the next 3 to 5 years? What emerging trends should student
Hmm.
and professional be paying attention to?
People should be paying attention to, I would say, LLMs are very famous these days, but people are still working with NLP. I mean, only keywords and all. So try to understand how, I mean, everyone is using ChatGPT, but try to understand how is it working, and how can you actually leverage the LLM to build something that you want to solve in your real life, as I said. AI skills will be really important tomorrow, because there are tools which can help you build an AI agent or an agentic model just by dragging and dropping. Do you have the knowledge of those tools or not? That is an important point nowadays, because that saves me time as a company. If I have the subscription to that model, I can just drag and drop myself, but I might be involved in something that's where I will need someone who has the knowledge of those skills as well.
Right.
So having Python, having data, SQL knowledge and everything is important, but also get to know how these things are working today. I mean, if you know the tool like this, I mean, drag and drop tool, like I would say there is NA10, there is another tool which I'm forgetting the name right now, Langflow, and all these things know how to use them to make efficient AI agents or AI, which is going to matter.
Right.
Nowadays, companies are also switching from a code solution to a no code solution to build their MVP because that's fast, that's scalable once you actually have got the product market fit and all, and that's where you can actually outshine others as well. So not just working on generic projects, not just working on something which doesn't value to any company. Try to figure out something that is unique,
Right.
and based on that, build your portfolio. No one has that. No one does that. Post those things on LinkedIn as well. I mean, I know there are so many people who are posting anything these days. That doesn't matter. It's not Instagram. First of all, understand that. It's LinkedIn. It's a professional networking platform. It's not Instagram where you post your picture and then you are writing about data science. So how is that relevant?
Right.
You are getting likes. I understand, but that's not how it should be. You should be posting important stuff. Get serious and see how AI is going to reshape. Don't be scared by it. Use it to actually help you in your job search process, in your projects, in whatever you want, but use it ethically. Don't be too smart. Companies know what you are doing and they will be, getting evaluating that out and will be segregating you from the pool.
All right. So as the AI and automation continue to disrupt various industry, what new skill sets do you believe will be in a demand for data professionals, and how can students prepare for
Mhm.
this shift?
Um, So it's fairly new right now. A lot of universities don't have proper courses where they can actually learn LLMs, integrating them, prompt engineering, all those things. So, uh, I mean, I would say get equipped with all those things. You are not just working with sentiment analysis anymore. You are working with already existing models, calling them as API. Using the API keys and prompt engineering them. I mean, having a proper prompt to actually perform your task. So get equipped with how to do that. People are still not doing giving a proper prompt, I would say, to ChatGPT to understand what they are looking to do. They just give the problem and hope that ChatGPT will understand and it will solve it. It will, but it will have a lot of hallucinations as well. So try all those things. I mean, understand these terminologies as well. What is hallucination? Right? What is LLM? How is it going to integrate? Is it having will I require a lot of coding with it or not?
Right.
So preparing, and I would say do some real world projects, solve something which automates your tedious task. If you are posting a lot, if you get a lot of emails, let's say there is an AI agent that can actually read and create a draft. This is something that you're going to solve for your own purposes,
Right.
right? So this is a big problem that you can work on. Get this project, get some other projects which have been a problematic thing for you. Try to work on that automation flow, post that on LinkedIn, and be ready to get interview calls, I would say, rather than just doing some random stuff.
All right. Cool. So can you provide insights into rolling future roadmap and what's of your features or incentives are on the horizon, and how do you
hmm
see this evolving with the
hmm
demands of the job market?
So we want to create a solution where people are going to get referrals from people who are professionals who are working in the company. And I believe that the referral system is also broken these days because I can reach out to you. You can refer me on LinkedIn or not. But let's say you give referral to me, you don't know me, and you are still giving referral to me, and you're giving referral to 20 other people. There will be 20 other employees, a random number in your company who will be also giving referrals to those 20 more
Right.
people. So you create a pool of 400, 500, thousands of candidates who are in the referral pool now. So the quality of referrals has also decreased. So we are shifting in a way where we can if evolve the quality of referral that goes to a company. So that's where we are moving into, and we are going to leverage, I would say, AI for that matter. And That's how we are pivoting, and we are looking to explore into the professional domain, not just the students domain anymore.
All right. So,
This is a update about the feature that is going to come.
all right, about the rolling, right? All
Yes,
right.
yes.
So, as we wrap up, do we have any final advice for the
Mhm,
students or and young professionals looking to make an impact in the data science and tech
mhm,
industry? How can they best position themselves for a
mhm.
success in rapidly changing job market?
Yeah. First of all, as I said, you need to change your mindset. I have seen a lot of freshers and students who don't have any experience. Even I would say you are still you have not pursued your graduation, and you're still doing these things. You have the mindset that I want to do something, right? So you need to understand that you age doesn't matter, experience doesn't matter. It's not 5 years of experience; it's experiences per year that you have got into. So understand that even if you are young, even if you don't have the knowledge, do you have the guts to do it? Do you have the resilience or passion to actually figure out and do something that matters for you? Not just for any industry, not just for anyone else. If you can do it for yourself, you can scale it to a level which can actually give you a lot of opportunities. Change the mindset, change what you are thinking today. Don't be don't follow the society, don't follow everyone who is going into the field because it's a good one, you are getting a good salary and all those things. Don't do that. Follow your passion. Everyone says it very clearly, but this is the reason for that. If someone is doing it because it is getting good salary, analyze why are they getting good salaries today. How many people are there who are getting good salaries? What is the current, I would say, number of job seekers who are actually looking to do it? Because this is going to help you understand whether this is a good industry for you or not. And then you understand if I can get into it just by doing something that the other person is doing or not. This is the core data analytics skill, right? You understand what you're doing, analyze it, and then build a solution for that.
Right.
So change your mindset, be passionate about things you're doing, and don't care about I'm not a professional. I don't have experience. I've never done this. I'm not going to do it so far. The experienced professional will be taking my job. Yes, it is going to happen because that professional has 3 to 5 years of experience and he's still willing to work at a salary which we will be giving to you. So that's challenging, and for a business, that's a very I would say good business decision. But you cannot change that. But what you can do is you can have the level of experience that he has, not by doing a job per se, but getting that experience from something else. That's why I say that solve your own problems. Don't crib about it. Do something about it, and that's when you can outshine others.
All right. So that brings us to the end of today's episode, guys, and where we had the pleasure of diving into Abhinav's incredible journey from being a mechanical engineer to data analyst, his vision behind Rolync, and his unique perspective on transforming the tech hiring process. We have explored how data science can drive the real world impact, the importance of mentorship, and the skills students need to thrive in this rapidly evolving landscape. Whether you are a student looking to break into a data science, as an inspiring entrepreneur trying to navigate your own startup journey, or someone simply curious about the future of AI and tech careers. So there is no doubt about the Abhinav insights today. We help shape your path. Be sure to stay tuned for more episodes where we continue to bring through leaders who are pushing the boundaries in data, tech, and beyond. Thank you so much for listening. If you found today's episode helpful, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it to someone who might benefit from this conversation. Until next time, keep learning,